In class 41, graphing square roots and identifying the domain and range. Square root function is f of x equals a times the square root of the quantity bx minus h quantity plus k. Example right here, we have y equals 2 times the quantity of the square root of 3x plus 2 quantity minus 3. In the square root, you have vertical stretch, horizontal translation, vertical translation. With the stretches, we have different movements. You multiply up or down by A with the vertical stretch. On B, you divide right or left movement, which is your HK, or your right/left. To find your horizontal translation, we're going to take H divided by B, no matter what, and K is just K value, whatever you see. Domain and range is based on your H and K. So, for example, we have this equation. So, A is 2, B is 3, K value is 2, K value is equal to negative 3, and your H value is equal to negative 2. H, you take the opposite, K, you take the positive, you take K exactly as it is. So to find HK, we're going to take H, negative 2, divided by B, 3, K, negative 3. Then the rules are right 1 divided by B, up 1 times A. And in this case, 1 divided by 3, 1 times 2. Right 1/3, up 2. Right 4 divided by B, up 2 times A. Right 4 divided by 3, up 2 times 2. Right 4 divided by 3, and up 4. Your domain and range will be completely based on this value of your HK, or your start point. And that is then described based on your graph. So what we're going to start with is we're going to find our H and K and the movement for the following graphs. So on this one here, H is negative 2. K value out here in front, in the back end is 0. Your A value is that number that's in front right there. A is 1. And then the number times X, B is 1. So to find your actual H value, we're going to take H divided by B, which means we're going to divide by 1. And so my vertex, or my starting point, is going to be negative 2, 0. Okay? Rules, you have right 1, up 1, right 4, up 2. It is opposite what we used to do. Our right movements, or our horizontal stretch, is going to be divided by 1, and we'll simplify. And then our up movements is going to be times by A, which in this case is also 1. So when I graph these rules, it's going to be right 1, up 1, right 4, up 2. Okay. So on this next one, I'm going to do the same thing. A is a half. B is 1. Value right here is 1. Value right here is A, which is a half. Okay. There is no K value inside with the H value, so H is 0. K value is the plus 3 on the outside, so K is equal to 3. We're going to take our H and divide by B, which gives me the starting point of 0, 3. Okay. Then our rules, right 1, up 1, right 4, up 2. I'm going to divide my right movement by my B, which is 1, and I'm going to times by my up movement by my A, which is a half. And with that, my rules for my plot and my other points is going to be right 1, up 1, right 4, up 1 half, because 1 times a half, and then 2 times a half is 1. Okay? Last but not least, on this last equation here, value outside, A is 1. B is a half. H is the opposite. Oops, we'll do K first since I grabbed K's color. K is 2. And then H is the opposite of negative 6, which would be 6. I'm going to divide that by B. In the calculator, if you take 6 divided by a half, you get 6 times 2 because you're going to multiply by the reciprocal or keep, change, flip. Or as I said, if you just do it in the calculator, H is going to come out to be 12. So my starting point is going to be 12 comma 2. And then with my rules, right 1, up 1, right 4, up 2. It's going to become right, up, right, up. So I'll multiply by 1 for my A's on my ups. So this is going to be a 1 and a 2. I'm going to divide by a half, which is going to make it a 2. And divide by a half, it's going to give me 8. And so there's that movement. If you can do that and then plot your points, you'll be able to pass the graphing of the standards. Watch video part 2 for graphing of standards.